So at first we will read the story of Elizabeth I and try to understand, try to make a summary of the story, and after that we will listen the video. For your better understanding, we will, for the second time, we will play the video, and after that we will discuss or we will hear from you. So I'm gonna share my screen, and you have not more than 5 minutes to read this story. It's very easy, and if you want to take some note, you can also take some note. So this is the story. Can you see the screen clearly?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so today I will not read the story for you. You yourself will read this story and try to grasp the inner meaning. And after that, you will listen. Okay? So I think you can see the story, right? You can see the screen. Dear participant, I hope that all of you are ready to hear the audio clip. So now I'm going to share the audio clip, or you can call it animation video. So you have to listen to it carefully, and after that, you have to share the story with us. So are you ready for that? Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. So let's see what it is. Can you see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Elizabeth was born nearly
Can you hear the audio?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so please listen the audio very carefully.
500 years ago, in 1533. Her father, King Henry VIII, had 6 wives. When Elizabeth was 2, her father ordered her mother's execution. Off with her head. Elizabeth was very clever, but she had a difficult childhood with her bad-tempered father and so many stepmothers. She was put in prison in the Tower of London for 2 months when she was 20. Elizabeth became queen in 1558.
Your sister is dead. You are the new queen.
The English people liked Elizabeth and called her Good Queen Bess. But Elizabeth was often bad-tempered and bossy.
I said, give me my wig.
Elizabeth sent explorers sailing around the world. In 1577, Sir Francis Drake set sail in his ship, the Pelican.
Goodbye, Francis. Discover some new countries and bring me back some Spanish treasure.
In 1588, the Spanish king sent a huge fleet of ships to attack England. It was called the Spanish Armada. Elizabeth gave a famous speech to inspire her army.
My loving people, I know I have the body of a weak woman, but I have the heart and stomach of a king. I will live or die amongst you all, but I know we shall have a famous victory.
Spain lost the battle. Elizabeth's cousin, Mary, was Queen of Scotland. Mary had to run away from Scotland, and she asked Elizabeth to protect her.
Please protect me, Elizabeth.
Elizabeth was afraid that Mary wanted to become Queen of England. She locked Mary up. 19 years later, she ordered Mary's execution.
Off with her head.
Elizabeth was queen for 45 years. It was a golden age for England. She died in 1603, aged 70, and James I Mary's son, became king.
Queen Elizabeth is dead. Long live King James!
Okay, hope that all of you have enjoyed the video. Now prepare yourself, get yourself ready. Within a minute, you have to speak about the story, the video clip you have watched, and already you have read out the story. Not a story, it's a part of history. We are reading or we are trying to figure out some information about Queen Elizabeth. So your time starts now. So now it's task for sharing. That means you need to share this story. What have you heard from the video clip? So I would like to request you, I can see there are so many hands, artificial hand. Safia Murshid, you can start. What have you learned from the audio clip? And participant who joined lately, please listen.
Hello everyone, I'm Shafia Murshid Sulka, and today I'm going to share about Elizabeth. Elizabeth was born in 500 years ago in 1533. His father was Henry. He had 6 wives. Elizabeth was very clever, but she had a difficult childhood. He was put in prison for 2 months in the Tower of London when she was 20. In 1558, when her sister was died, at that moment Elizabeth became Queen of England. In 1577, Elizabeth sent explorers for sailing all around the world. In 1588, a Spanish king sent a huge fleet of ships to attack England, but Spain lost the battle. A few years later, her cousin Mary was the Queen of Scotland, and she had to run away from Scotland. And she took help. She needed help, so she told Elizabeth to help her. But Elizabeth thought that she will be the Queen of England. Elizabeth ordered Mary's execution after 19 years. So she loved Elizabeth, and 19 years later, she ordered Mary's execution. And Elizabeth was the queen for 45 years. It's a golden age for England. Elizabeth died in 1603 at the age of 70.
Thank you so much, Pragya. Your description is too much elaborative. That means in details you have described. Thank you so much for listening the audio clip as well as for reading the article. Okay, so I would like to hear from Saum Khan shortly.
Okay, so Elizabeth was born nearly 500 years ago in 1533. King Henry VIII was her father, who had 6 wives. So her childhood was very difficult because of so many stepmothers, and for his father's cruelness, she became the queen in 1558 after the death of one of her stepsisters, who was the Queen of England. Elizabeth was often tempered and witty. The Spanish king sent an army to fight against the English army, and then the Spain lost because of Elizabeth's rulers or something like that. Elizabeth's cousin Mary was the Queen of Scotland, and she went to England to ask some help from Elizabeth, but Elizabeth refused Mary, and she thought that Mary might have
Okay, thank
over.
you, Saum Khan. Thank you. So in this story, how many execution we have found out? How many execution we have learned about? Can you recollect it?
I am not sure.
Anybody who can share the idea, how many execution we have found out from the beginning to the end of the story? Anybody who can tell me?
Hello.
Yeah, I can see there are so many hands. Anybody can answer it. How many execution? That means how many people was murdered or ordered to kill them. That means ordered to be executed. None of you can tell me.
So I think maybe two people were.
Two people, right? Who are they?
Elizabeth's mom and her Mary, her cousin Mary, from the Queen of Scotland.
Okay, so how long Mary was in the jail? Can you recollect it?
Almost 20 years.
Is it 20 years?
No, it could be 19.
19
About
years,
19.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it's 19 years she was in the jail. She was in the jail. And after that, she was executed by Elizabeth, right? That means the
Yes.
dialogue is really common, be off her head, be off her head. And thank you so much, Sam Khan, for sharing. Nafiz, Nihal, you can share shortly about the topic.
Sir, can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Okay, so this is a story about Elizabeth, first Elizabeth. So Elizabeth was born nearly 500 years ago in 1533. Her father, King Henry VIII, I think, had 6 wives. When Elizabeth when Elizabeth was 2, her father ordered her mother's execution. But Elizabeth was very clever. She had a difficult childhood with her bad-tempered father and so many stepmothers. She was put in prison in Tower of London for 2 months. She was 20 then.
Okay,
Elizabeth
excellent. Nafiz,
becomes
Nihal, thank you. Thank you so much for
okay,
sharing.
sir.
Rest of the part will be shared by Mazharul. Rest of the part. When Elizabeth was 20. When Elizabeth was 20, from that part.
When Elizabeth was 20, she was put in the jail of London Tower. She became Queen of England in 1553. In her when she was she was on the throne of England. Um, English people were happy. She was also called as
Yeah, that was a glorious period. That means that time they had good
yes.
time. They owned so many wars. They had uh, different kind of treasures collected from different countries. In a word, they were rich, very rich. And Mazharul,
Yes.
can you tell me what the thing attracts Elizabeth most? What the thing?
Treasures and golds.
Yeah, treasures and golds. She was too much obsessed with these things. Okay, thank you so much, dear participant. So now we are gonna read about an article, and it's about star celebration. Especially in the European countries, you will find this celebration. Here in Asian continent, we never celebrate this kind of occasion. Can you see the screen right now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so let me clarify what is star celebration. Star is a very important festival in the Christian religion, and many Christians go to church at this time. Star also celebrates the arrival of spring, and we see lots of things that make us think of new life. For example, eggs, chicks, flowers, and rabbits. So actually, you can call it's religious celebration. Side by side, you can also call it's a celebration of spring, because we all know that springs is the most charming season all around the year. And in spring, we can see everything takes a new look. So you can see, when do people celebrate Easter? The dates of Easter change from year to year. That means there is no fixed date of Easter celebration. but it's usually sometimes between the end of the March and the end of the April. In some countries, people have holidays from school and work, and they often spend time with family and friends. Yeah, in UK as well as USA countries, they have some weekends. Especially, we have a partner, you know that, from USA. They are now in 1 week weekends vacation. I think this vacation is for celebrating this special occasion. Star eggs. Actually, this is an important part of the celebration. On the occasion of Star celebration, people there prepare some star eggs. That means we eat eggs. These eggs designed by different shapes, different pattern, and especially egg-shaped chocolate that day on the occasion of a star celebration. Egg-shaped chocolate are available everywhere, and especially for the children. That means elderly people gift this kind of egg-shaped chocolates to the younger people, children. Especially, they just spread this kind of chocolates freely in the garden, in the park, in the bush, and children needs to find it out, search it and find it out as a surprise gift for them. So I want to share some picture because we don't have enough time. So let's see. Yes, can you see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so here you will find some picture of a star celebration. So you can see the eggs are decorated exceptionally, beautifully and colorfully. So colorful, you can see children are playing with the eggs, and you can see different kind of foods are prepared, and people also hold different kind of rallies. So these are some pictures of star eggs. And they also observe the day as Star Bunny. That means before Bunny, they spread out some eggs with colorful patterns, and children think that, okay, these are the eggs from Bunny. But when they just figure it out, they find that it's nothing but it's chocolates. And you can see the students there trying to or searching or collecting the eggs from the ground. These are some picture. So I think you will get some idea from this, how they observe the day, how they celebrate the day, Star Day. Okay. I'm going back to the topic. So please read Star eggs. Eggs are a big part of Star celebrations. Many people paint chicken eggs and decorate them with bright colors, and a lot of children receive chocolate eggs as presents. There are many different Star egg traditions around the world. In the UK as well as many other countries, children have fun taking part in Star egg hunts. Star egg hunts, that means elderly people, they will collect or buy some chocolates, egg-shaped chocolates, and they will spread it or throw it out in the bush, in the park, in the garden, in the home arena, and children will search it. Children will find it out, and they will be happy to get the surprise. So you can see the details. Hurry up, we don't have enough time. We have only 1 minute left. Anybody who can share about Star celebration? It could be 1 minute, 30 seconds, because we don't have enough time, and you don't need to rejoin. Anybody who can share some information? So Fatima Sheikh, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
So what is Star celebration? Do you have any idea?
Sorry, sir.
You don't have any idea. Apurna, Apuranno, can you say something about Star eggs, Star celebration, or Star eggs?
Yes, sir.
I think you need to repair your audio.